Hello children, welcome back to my class. Today we are going to start a new topic, but with that chapter only, the age of industrialization. Today we will complete this chapter with these two topics, the market for goods and the peculiarities of industrial growth. So because there are some important questions here also children, so we cannot just ignore these topics. So I'll be telling you about those questions also while teaching you this topic. So peculiarities of industrial growth means that is unusual and a peculiar feature of the early industries when it was that during the colonial period when the industrialization started, and that there we find some peculiar feature in our industrial growth during the colonial period. So firstly, the first one, we have seen that European managing agencies which dominated the industrial production in India. We had read this in our previous topic also. So entire industries came under their control and they were taking all business decisions. They were much interested in certain kinds of products. They established tea, coffee, jute, these plantation crops. They were much interested. They acquired cheap land from the colonial government and they were producing these commercial crops for international market to export it in the international market. They also invested in mining industries also. So these were not supplied in India. They used to sell these things in the international market. So that was basically for export purpose. Now, secondly, we can see that a series of changes that affected the pattern of industrialization. Here, we cannot ignore the fact that is the Swadeshi movement. During that time, the Swadeshi boycott movement launched by Gandhiji, that also affected the economy of India, and this time that gave boost up to the Indian economy because people started boycotting the foreign clothes. Indian industrialists also decided not to not to buy the foreign clothes, and therefore they were much interested in producing the Indian, that is Indian cotton clothes. And therefore from 1906, moreover, the export of Indian yarn to China declined, since produce from Chinese and Japanese mills flooded the Chinese market, and most of the yarn was utilized in India for cotton production. So industrialists in India began shifting from yarn production to the cloth production, and cotton pieces of goods that cotton piece goods production in India doubled between 1900 to 1912. So this is again another very small story that during the Swadeshi movement, how our Indian economy got boosted up. Now, Third point, we will talk about the First World War period, that is 1914 to 1918. Now, what happened during this time? During this time also, this World War, there is a question, children, from here also, that how the First World War, what was the impact of First World War upon Indian economy? So during this war period also, Indian economy got boosted up. Now, what is the reason? With the British mills busy with the war production and to meet the needs of the army, Indian industries were called upon to. India started producing certain types of that is uniforms and other war material weapons, and they started supplying it to the Britishers. So Manchester imports into India during that time declined. These are the points which you have to write. Certainly, Indian mills had a vast home market to supply. So Indian industries now were ready to supply these items to the Britishers. As the war prolonged, Indian factories were called upon to supply some war needs. Now here you have to quote these points only which were written and mentioned in the book. Don't write your own answers. Now what were the things they were supplying? Jute bags, cloth. These sometimes it may come for one marker also. Then for army uniforms, tents, leather boots, horse and mule saddles, and and host of other items. New factories were set up because they could not meet the demand, increasing demand. So new industries were set up. Now this time new industries also, and that provided large scale employment to the Indians. Many new workers were employed in these industries, and over the years industrial production boomed. So this is again one question which you cannot ignore, and very important one. But after the war was over, Manchester could never recapture its old position in the Indian market. So the economy of Britain crumbled after the war. This is now few more features of Indian industries. Now this time I'm talking about 5.1. You see in your textbook there is a paragraph 5.1. Here the topic is small scale industries. Despite hurdles, small scale industries continued to make their stronghold in the 19th century. Now there are small scale industries, big industries, medium scale industries. So small scale industries generally their investments are less. It employs very less number of workers, and production also is less investment is required. So this type of small scale industries were found in mostly in India. Handloom and handicraft sector expanded during this time. That is very important. And why it happened? Because of this has become possible because of some technological changes. Since handicraft people adopted these changes and production rose without pushing the cost, and this time the new device which they introduced is in this handloom sector. This is fly shuttle. It was used by the weavers. Now this one marker question may come again. What is fly shuttle? So it is a mechanical device used for weaving and which made weaving very fast. Certain groups of weavers were in a better position than others. There were two categories of weavers. One who were weaving with the courser. They were weaving courser cotton clothes. Amongst weavers, some produced courser cloth. Courser was the inferior one. And the courser cloth was brought by the poor section, and its demand fluctuated because whenever there was famine, drought, or any crisis, because they could not they could not buy those products during that time, so their demands fluctuated. But in times of bad harvest and families, when the rural poor had little to eat and their cash income disappeared, they could not possibly buy those clothes. The demand for the finer variety, that is the better quality, was their demand always remained stable, because that was being demanded by the rich people and they could afford to buy whenever there was any such crisis. Now after we have read out some of the important features of the early industrialization, but we would like to know how was the life of the weavers during that time. But weavers, they faced really great difficulties. Weavers had many problems in their life because they lived hard lives and worked long hours in the industries with their family, including all the women and children. They had to work at various stages of the production processes. So their life and labor was integral part of the process of industrialization. So we cannot deny the fact that the laborers or the workers working in the industries, their life was not good even during the early industrialization or industrial growth. Next topic I'm going to take next in my next video, children.